Okay, answers to unit conversions, take 2. I have to laugh at myself when I make a mistake, a big mistake on the last problem. So here we go again. The first example says we are supposed to convert 5,860 grams, and we want to convert it to ounces. So grams are in the metric system, and ounces are in the American system. So when that's the case, I usually start by going down to the middle of that conversion table and looking at the American metric conversions first. And one of the things that I notice is that there are 454 grams in 1 pound. That's pretty close to what I need to get to, but I need to get to ounces. Now, pounds are an American unit, so I go up to the top, and under weight, I found out that there's 16 ounces in 1 pound. So let's see how we can use those. We'll start off with this given information. And we'll put that over 1 to make it into a fraction. Then we want to times by something that will cancel the grams. So I'm going to times it by 454 grams in the denominator and 1 pound in the numerator. That's going to cancel those grams. Now I'd like to get to ounces, and so I want to cancel the pounds. So I'm going to use this conversion here to get to ounces and put the 1 pound in the denominator so the pounds will cancel, and the 16 ounces in the numerator. Oops. Now I should be able to cancel the pounds, and the only units left are going to be the ounces, which is what I wanted to get to. So for numbers, I have a fraction with 5,860 times 1 I usually leave off because multiplying by 1 doesn't change anything, times 16. In the denominator, I have 1 times 454 times 1. On the calculator, you want to remember to group anything that has more than one arithmetic step. So I'll group the numerator. All right, so there's an answer with lots of decimals. And we clearly want to round that off. If you go back and count the significant digits in the original measurement, now our original measurement was 5,860. The significant digits are the 5, the 8, and the 6. That 0 is just holding a placeholder. So in my answer, I'm going to want 1, 2, 3 significant digits as well. Now whenever I round off to a digit, you take a look at the next digit, and since that's a 5, I'm going to round that up. So my answer will be 207. 207 ounces, rounded to 3 significant digits. All right, we're going to go on to the next one, which is just a little more difficult. In the next problem, they want us to convert 14.625 cubic feet, another way to write that is feet cubed, and they want us to convert that to centimeters cubed. Okay, another way to write that is 14.625 feet times feet times feet. Notice, since that was not in parentheses, only the feet are being cubed. The 14.625 is not. Again, I'm going to put that into a fraction form because I'm going to use unit fractions to convert. Again, I want to get from feet, which is an American measurement, to centimeters, which is a metric. So I'm going to look first in the American metric section. And one of the things I notice is that 2.54 centimeters is equal to 1 inch. Now I have feet instead of inches, so I need to go back up to some more conversion facts. And the first one at the top of the page tells me that 12 inches equals 1 foot. Since I'm starting with feet, I'm going to start with this conversion here. And I want the feet to cancel. So I'll put 12 inches on top. Now this is only going to cancel with one of the feet, and I have 3 of them here. So I'm going to need 3 of these factors. And I do need the 12 each time as well. All right, now if I'm canceling, each one of these should match up with 1 in the denominator. So now I have inches times inches times inches, and I want to get to centimeters. So we're going to use that other unit conversion fact, this one here. And the inches I want to cancel this time, so 1 inch goes in the denominator, and 2.54 centimeters goes in the numerator. And this will cancel 1 of those inches, so I need to do this 3 times as well. Centimeter tucked over there. And now each of these inches should cancel. So when you're looking at your units that are left over, we have centimeters times centimeters times centimeters. And one way to write centimeters times centimeters times centimeters is to write it centimeters cubed. So now let's look at our numbers. We have 14.625 times 12 times 12 times 12 times 2.54 times 2.54 times 2.54 and I have 1 times 1s all the way across, so I really have nothing in the denominator I need to worry about. Okay, you can do it in longhand, or you could actually shorten the amount of work you have to do. If when you do 12 times 12 times 12, you write it as 12 raised to the third power. And when you do 2.54 times 2.54 times 2.54, you also just raise that to the third power. And all of that was supposed to be divided by 1, which I could have left off. Right. Again, I'm getting this large number. Now my original number that I started with, my original measurement, had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 significant digits. I want my answer to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 significant digits. I am going to need a place value here so that I don't lose the fact that this number is in the hundred thousands. So when I think about this, if I'm rounding it off to this digit, this number is only a 3, so I'm not going to raise that up. That's going to stay a 3. So I'm going to have an answer of 414,000. 1, 3, that's my last significant digit. So that 0 is a placeholder, so that stays the same magnitude. And there's my final answer with 5 significant digits. One last example, and again, this one gets just a little harder. This time we're told that a swimmer can swim 75 meters in 2.5 minutes. And we are supposed to convert that to miles per hour. So if our goal is to get miles over hours, and miles has to do with distance and hours has to do with time, then we want to start this problem with a fraction that has something to do with distance on the top, and our information that has to do with time on the bottom. Notice that I created a single fraction to get to this answer. I've noticed that some students that are having difficulty with these are trying to do this in 2 separate steps. And what our goal is really is to start with a single number and then use unit fractions to convert it. All right, so how do we convert meters to miles? So looking through, I find this fact that I think will be useful. But this fact uses kilometers, and I started out with meters. So I need some more facts up here. So I found in the metric to metric session that 1 kilometer is equal to 1,000 meters. Now I also have to convert my time. I have minutes to start with, and I want to get to hours. There is a time conversions that will tell you what that is, or you might already know this one. There are 60 minutes in 1 hour. So I'm going to arrange these to do this conversion. I'm going to start by trying to change my meters. So this is the conversion fact that uses meters. It says there's 1,000 meters, and I want the meters to cancel, so I'll put the 1,000 meters here in 1 kilometer. That's going to cancel the meters for me. Now my goal is to get to miles. So now I'm going to use this fact that says I can get from kilometers to miles if I use 1.609 kilometers. And I want that in the denominator so that those will cancel. And that's equal to 1 mile. I usually write a mile so that I don't get the meters and the miles confused. Most science classes will use just an M for meters, so I say M for just meters. Now I'm almost done, but I have miles over minutes now, and I need miles over hours. So I need another conversion fact. And remember, I want the minutes to cancel, and these minutes are already in the denominator, so I'm going to put 60 minutes in the numerator. And 1 hour in the denominator. Now as I go through, the units that are left are miles, and the units that are left in the denominator are hours, which is exactly what our goal was. So the only thing left is to just work with the numbers. So I have 75 times 1 times 1 times 60 over, remember I'll group that when I do that on the calculator, 2.5 times 1,000 times 1.609. I have had some students who try to count the significant digits in their conversion facts. When I count significant digits, I only count the 2 measurements that we started with, not the conversion facts. Most of those are exact numbers, and so we would never count those as being approximate numbers. All right, so let's do that in the calculator. All right, so the next thing to do is to work on rounding. So let me write this number down first. Now, do I have to write this down each time? No. Part of the reason that I do this is that I want you to see exactly what I'm thinking. And also, sometimes it's nice in the beginning to be able to write right on top of the number. So my 2 original numbers up here, this has 2 significant digits, and this has 2 significant digits. Well, that's easy. I want my answer to have 2 significant digits. Again, always look at the next number and decide whether you need to round that up. Since that's a 1, it'll just stay the same. So rounding to 2 significant digits, my answer is 1.1 miles per hour. Which is fairly slow, but most recreational swimmers do swim fairly slow in terms of swimming laps. So about 1.1 miles in an hour if they kept on swimming.